What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I would just like to take the time to thank you guys for liking my videos and subscribing to my channel. You guys are awesome. Keep making great music and remember to always stay positive and keep following your dreams. Cause as long as you stay positive and keep following your dreams, one day they will come true. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And remember, I post every other day. Now, let's jump into today's video. So today, we're going to talk about the frequency spectrum, because I feel like this is something every mixer and audio engineer should know, and it's something they should remember off the top of their heads. It's something that you should be able to talk about if someone asks you about it, if you're an audio engineer. So to remember the frequency spectrum, you got to remember two numbers. And the two numbers you need to remember are 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. Now the 20,000 hertz just means the number 20, alright? And the 20 hertz means 20 hertz, the number. Now, the frequency spectrum goes from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So the human ear can hear from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So just remember those two numbers, 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. Remember, the 20 hertz comes first and then the 20,000 hertz at the end. Now, we're going to move into the different frequency spectrums and to talk about them. So first comes the subbass. After that, the bass, known as the low end. Then comes the mid-range, and then comes the high mids, then comes the high frequencies. Now, one of the other things you need to remember is the frequency spectrum is broken up into 5 different frequency ranges. I'll put up on the screen the different frequency ranges and what they're called. Now, let's dive right into it and talk about the different frequency ranges. Now, the first frequency range is the subbass. And the subbass lies around 20 hertz to 60 hertz. Now, the subbass is a range where really nothing lies in this area. So it's a frequency that you're gonna cut with a high pass filter really all the time. You're never gonna boost around this frequency because no instruments are down in this frequency range. The only sound that is in this frequency range is the rumble of other instruments. But rumble is just something that's gonna muddy up your mix, so you're gonna want to cut it with a high pass filter. Now, let's move on to the next frequency range. Let's talk about the bass, known as the low end. Now, the low end lies around 60 hertz to 300 hertz. Now, the instruments that you're going to find in this frequency range are around the kick drum and the bass guitar. All the low end instruments you will find here. And remember, when I talk about the sub-bass range, well, sometimes when you use a high pass filter in the sub-bass range, sometimes you're going to want to bring that high pass filter up into the low end range to clean up any instruments that need to be cleaned up in this low end. Now, let's move on to the next frequency. Now, the next frequency is the mid-range frequency. Now, the mid-range frequency lies around 300 hertz to 2K. Now, if you don't know what the K means, the K stands for 1000, so 2000 hertz. Now, in the mid-range is where all the string instruments sit. So, like the guitars. So your guitar can sound good here or they can sound bad, which if they sound bad, you'll have to cut them then. So here's a few things that you're gonna cut if your guitar sounds bad. So number 1, wacky. Number 2, honk. Number 3, tinny. Number 3, muddy. And number 4, bad. So these are just some things that are going to sound bad to you in your mix if you boost them. Alright? So keep an eye out for those. Alright, next frequency. So the frequency we're going to talk about now is the high mids. Now, the high mid lies around 2K and 6K. And remember what I said the K stands for. It stands for 1,000. Now, around this frequency area is where your lead vocal is going to sit. So what you need to do with the lead vocal is sweep around this area until you find a frequency that you're going to be happy with. The next frequency is the high frequencies. So this is where the air is going to sit for all your instruments. So let's say you want more clarity on your vocals and guitars, then maybe you would want to add a high shelf. So I hope these tips helped you guys out today, and if they did, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys then.